Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make this pocket-sized whip that packs a powerful punch. For this whip, you're going to need 3 8-foot sections of paracord, and 1 2.5-foot section, and lots of BBs. To make the core of the whip, you're going to get the 1.5-foot mark and pinch it. Then you melt the paracord together, making a barrier, as you see here. Now you're going to load the core of your whip. To do this, put the BBs in through the long end of the paracord. I've found that 2 at a time works best. After they're an inch in there, get the back of your tweezers and slide it over the paracord. Now push the BBs all the way to the barrier. Now that you've got your whole core loaded, what you're going to do is get a nail and cut the tip off. This will be the handle of the whip. Slide the nail inside of the paracord until it's touching the last BB. And to make sure it's really in there, go ahead and put a little bit of super glue on it. Now we're going to make the belly of the whip. To do this, you will need 2 2.5-foot sections of gutted paracord. I'm using pink so you can see it. First, get the bottom right strand and put over the top right strand. Then, go around the back of the nail and put it through the 2 left strands. Keep doing this, alternating sides, until you have 2 inches of paracord on all strands. Now that you've got the whole belly made, get about 1 foot of sinew and tie a normal overhand knot at the base of the plait. Make sure that it is very tight. Now, wrap the sinew around all the tag ends and the core. Then, cut off the tag ends. Make sure there is a slight taper. It will help taper the overall whip. Now tie a couple of overhand knots and add a bit of super glue. Now that the belly of the whip is complete, get the midpoint of your 3 8-foot sections. Get the bottom right strand and go around the back of the belly. Go over the top of the bottom left strand. Keep doing this on alternating sides. I'll show you that again. Get the top strand, go around the back of the whip, and go over the bottom strands. Do this on alternating sides all the way down the whip. Now that you have about 6 inches on all the strands, you're going to need to make your fall. To do this, you'll need 2 feet of paracord. First, melt one end and flatten it on the table with the end of your lighter. Now, cut off one side forming a point. Then, screw that point into the end of your fid. Make sure it is very tight, otherwise it will slip out. Then, find the midpoint of your fall. Put the fid through the middle of the paracord. And slowly work your way up through the other end. Now you have a loop at the other end that is easily tightened. Now that you have your fall, you're going to need to drop 2 strands. Use the middle left and the bottom right. Then you're going to continue plaiting with 4 strands, just like you did on the belly. Now you're going to need to cut off those drop strands. After that, continue plaiting. After you've plaited about an inch past the drop strands, put the fall over the end of the whip. Now, tighten the fall a little bit, not all the way. Then, get one of the strands and tie an overhand knot. You will keep doing this over all the strands and the fall, until you have tied an overhand knot with all of the remaining strands. Now, get your core and put it in your fid. Go underneath the fall, and then you can tighten it down all the way. Cut off the end of the cord just past the fall. Then melt it down so it won't go anywhere. Then you need to cut off all the strands, making them look uniform. After they're cut, cinch them all at one time. Now you will need to finish the fall. Cut off the end, making it even. Melt it down, making a small mushroom shape. Now you will make the pop of the whip out of gutted paracord that you took out of the other strands. Tie a simple overhand knot at the end of the fall. The mushroom shape will help keep it in place. Then add a drop of super glue so you know it won't go anywhere. Now you will need to trim the pop to the correct length. On this size whip, it should be around 6 inches. Now, tie an overhand knot about 3/4 of an inch from the end of the pop. Now, fray the end by twisting it in the opposite direction it is made. This will help speed up the process of making it pop well. Now you need to roll your whip. This will make it smoother and pop better. Roll it back and forth all the way down the length of the whip. And there you go, you've finished your whip. And it's okay if it doesn't look good the first try. This was my first one. Practice will help make it look better. Now, there's a couple ways to pop your new whip. First being one of my favorites. I go up, around the back, and down. Up, around the back, and down. And you're going to have to get this whip a little bit worn in before it starts popping really good. See how it goes up, back, and down? And remember, the key to these whips is simply practice. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.